Good afternoon and welcome to my home. My name is Ferris Harvey and I'm applying for the CBC Scholarship. I believe that space is the next frontier of mankind, and I would like to be at the forefront and a leader in the space of international space law. So it is unique, and in order to understand how I believe that serves the community, it's important to start from the preface, which I am from Cincinnati, Ohio, and I went to Howard University for an undergraduate in mechanical engineering where I wanted to get a sense of community and what community actually meant to not only the diaspora but abroad, right, for humanity. So from there, I got my first introduction to space during my third internship in Huntsville, Alabama, where there was a Redstone Arsenal, which was a previous NASA base. And I worked on a space mission called Artemis, which was going to be the rocket to take us to the moon. And we did a test launch a few months ago, which was successful. So that was really what burgeoned my mind to space. And as I began to move throughout the states for this particular job after school, I eventually landed in Los Angeles where I did my master's in aerospace, where I began to understand the technical depth and the breadth of what it would take to be a legitimate authority in space. Moreover, from there, I moved to Cape Canaveral in the Kennedy Space Center for a DARPA program, which is a NASA's government counterpart, and more secret to top secret things. I began to understand that there is an intersection of law and space, right? And there is currently, in my opinion, a gap in terms of the governance and leadership of having not only a background in law and governance and also rocket scientists, rocket science. And right now, there is not an intersection of the two. However, I believe in our near future, it will absolutely be necessary. And I'm building myself to be that asset. So throughout that journey, I began to give back to the community, not only to those that look like me, but to those that this would affect, which is humanity as a whole. And I believe that this is something that may not be on the hearts of some or be on the hearts of many, but it will absolutely be on the mind of some in the near future. And I believe that the leadership at this intersection of the unstoppable momentum of intellectual property and innovation and the unmovable law and governance of Congress. And I believe there needs to be a legitimate authority to help guide us through that commercialization of space, the militarization of space, the resource mining of space, the colonialization of outer rim planets such as the moon, right? When we get there, what will happen? What if things in terms of ownership are debuted or disputed? What happens in terms of malpractice? Who really understands that? You call a doctor when you're sick. When things go wrong in space, you call a rocket scientist. When things go wrong with governments, you call a space lawyer. It just does not exist. And I plan to be one of the first. And I'm very proud to do so and contribute back to the community and to the diaspora and to our humanity as a whole.